Hey folks, welcome back to my blog. Todd Martin here, your local Louisville real estate expert. I hope everybody is doing wonderful and that your March has started out with a bang. And we're just around the corner from March Madness, all you basketball fans out there. So hopefully your team will win. All right, now getting into the meat of things, today I want to talk about raising your credit score. A lot of people talk about wanting to raise their credit score. We seem to have a lot of buyers coming on the market as it is right now. And one of the things that happens is people want to know how to raise their credit score. What do I need to do to raise my credit score? Well, of course, the easiest thing to do is to pay down your debt, but not everybody knows how to pay down debt easily. Now, just because you racked it up in a short period of time doesn't mean you're going to be able to pay it off in a period of time. A lot of us have a fixed income, for lack of a better term, where you're getting a paycheck. And unless you're in the sales swing that is up and down and all over the place, you really kind of know what your parameters are from month to month. Now, one of the tips and tricks that I want to show you guys is, I hope you can see this here, on raising your credit. And what we've got here is we have a scale, and these represent 4 credit cards, okay? We've got a bill of $3,500, we've got a bill of $5,000, we've got a bill of $10,000, we've got a bill of $20,000. So that represents all debt right there. Now, the suggestion in order to pay it down, you might have heard the term snowball effect, and that's when you start a snowball out at the top of the hill and it rolls down and gets bigger and bigger and bigger. Well, that's the same thing that you can do with your credit card debt. So basically what you do is on this first one here, and let's just say on $3,500, your minimum monthly payment is $120 a month. Okay, so you got $120 a month that you're paying. Can you put anything extra towards that? Can you put an extra $10? Can you put an extra $15? Can you put an extra $30? So instead of $120, now you're paying $150 a month. Okay, you've got your minimum here, and let's say you've got $200, $300. And $400, okay? So the suggestion that you want to do, pay the max on the smallest amount that you can possibly do. Pay your minimum on the other amounts of credit that you have. And so now what you've got is $200, $300, $400. Once you pay off this $3,500, if you can put down a larger chunk, that's great. But take that $150 and then add it to your $200. So now your $200 payment becomes $350. After you pay that off, your $300 payment now becomes $650. And once that goes away, then that becomes $1,050 a month that you're paying down your debt at an accelerated rate. So that'll help you gain your credit back, because that'll also help with your debt to income ratio. And I've got a way below that you can kind of figure out what your debt to income ratio is when creditors are looking at that information. The other thing to keep in mind, raising your credit score, is you have to understand that you've got bad debt versus good debt. And bad debt is anything that's a depreciating value. So depreciating would be a television, furniture, things of those natures. Appreciating value would be something that's going to gain value. If you're a collector, collectibles gain value, homes gain value. So if you're looking to invest, you know, hopefully that's going to be an appreciating asset now and not a depreciating asset as it was later. So again, those things also affect your credit. Now, one of the tips and tricks that I've kind of learned over the year is called the envelope. And if you want to figure something out, take your paycheck and you can break it down into a couple of things, because let's face it, cash is harder to get rid of than credit. It's easier to go out to a nice restaurant, put it on that credit card bill, and not even think about it. Whereas if you go out to a nice dinner, it's hard to hand over $200 plus a tip on top of that. So you actually see that cash going away. So what you can do is you can break your paycheck down into different things. I know a lot of people have direct deposit, but sometimes it's nice to have cash in your hands. Break out your envelopes. One, you've got entertainment, okay? Again, figuring out your budget, but you've also got to look at your bills that you have to pay. You've got another one here for bills. All right, and then your final one, you've got savings, and I put 10% on there because 10% would be the minimum that you want to stock away, not necessarily for a rainy day, but for other investments, things that might come up unexpectedly, your deductibles on hospital bills, for example. So again, what you can do is you can cash up on these envelopes, and then when it's time to pay the bills, pay yourself back, okay? Put it back into your account, write your check, write your deposit, but it's a good way to track your expenses. Now, the other thing also to know is that one way to gain more credit is not to open any unnecessary accounts. So 90 days, same as cash, 6 months, same as cash, a year, same as cash. Save up for that item, because you never know, something bigger and better may come along. That gaming system, that television, that particular piece of furniture. All right, have a little bit of patience, because it'll pay off in the long run. Now, the other thing too is that if you haven't had your credit score pulled in a year, you are entitled to a free credit score once a year, no charge. I'll have the link below for you so you can check that out. Or if you would like me to have that pulled for you, I'm more than happy to set you up with somebody that would be able to do that. So again, take a look below. If you have any questions, please feel free to call me, text me, email me, or pass this video on to somebody that you know it might assist them. And as always, if you happen to know anybody that's looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate, don't keep me a secret. I'm here to help. Thanks for your time, and I look forward to talking with you soon.